Hi everybody, great to see you all here. I am Aram and this is Ruslan. We are the co-founders of Soundeon, and today we will share with you the struggles that creative artists face within the music industry and how the Soundeon breaks down these archaic market practices by fostering a closer relationship between artists and fans. Let's have a closer look to the artist's creative life. We can see that it's quite fragmented. Artists rely on different revenue streams to make ends meet. It's revenues coming from royalties, from recorded song sales, from tickets, and each of these revenues have their own complexities. And nowadays, to achieve success, musicians always have to seek recognition from promoters, record labels, distributors, publishers. But none of these industry players can solve the complex problems of the artists. And moreover, very often, because and due to misaligned incentives, they are engaged in parasitic behavior. Let's look at the breakdown of revenues coming from recorded music sale. If you look at the charts, you can see that out of $100 in revenues generated from record music sales, an average artist gets only $2.34. And the rest is being spread among the middlemen. But what's more interesting is that if we compare an independent artist and a signed artist, we can find out that average independent artist earns more per album than a signed artist. But unfortunately, he fails to grow the fan base because he needs to compare against the big three labels which control the 68% of the recorded music. And another thing that is disrupting the musician is the technology, because nowadays the streaming has become the only single driver of the growth in recorded music industry. And these revenue streams are again forgone the musician. Right now, for average musician, to get $1 in revenues from Spotify, you should have almost 600 streams. And with Soundeon, we think this situation must be changed.
At Soundeon, our mission is to discover talent and empower artists to ensure that there's an environment that's uncensored, immutable, fair and transparent on the blockchain that artists can utilize to be able to level them up with the big three label signed artists in order to elevate their, to make it a more level playing field for the artists. The Soundeon is our solution to this. It's a multi-level approach to battling the biggest problems that musicians face today in the touring as well as the recorded music industries. With our fan-centric and artist-friendly approach, we have identified 5 layers, which we'll go on to in the next slide, that battles with the market frictions that are exhibited today within the traditional music space. The platform is a Ethereum-based proprietary Soundeon protocol that uses IPFS to create a trustless environment in an untrusted world, essentially. And at the center of this is the Soundeon music token, which is essentially the token used for transactions on the platform to make to empower people to make payments with less friction, as well as to enable for micropayments. And the Soundeon token is capped. Its volume is capped at initial level, and its demand is derived intrinsically based on the user base of the platform. So, on the technical level, this is our layer stack. The applications, it's a bottom-up approach where the distributed ledger layers have specific goals within the business for instance, ownership and identity control. This goes up to our primary application layers that I've mentioned before, the music token sale, which allows musicians to tokenize their future works or projects. That can be songs, albums, it can be music videos, and so on. The Soundeon exchange, which provides for a marketplace for intellectual property on the secondary market, as well as the Soundeon monitor, which allows for backers and musicians to transparently see where their revenues are coming from, what kind of sources, what kind of geographies, what kind of rights they are, related, recorded rights, etc., publishing. The Soundeon tickets. Soundeon is the world's first vertically integrated and decentralized music platform. What we mean by this is traditionally the music industry has been divided into recorded music rights and touring, two very distinct, separate industries. But we want to join together the digital recorded rights and with ticketing, because ticketing is another huge market and it's becoming an ever more important revenue stream for the artists. As Aram pointed out, because revenues from streaming are at an all-time low, essentially, per play. So artists have to make money by selling tickets, but this creates a whole environment of parasitic behavior with ticket touts, scalping, and ticket fraud. Now it's ever easier to create, to create a fraudulent ticket or sell the same PDF file several times to several people. And the incumbent players like StubHub, they charge 25% altogether on the resale value. So we think it's time for a change in the ticket business as well. And the Soundeon Player, which is a discovery player mechanism for curated playlists that allow artists that haven't been yet discovered to be discovered and get that initial traction with the fan base and to grow within this ecosystem as well. We allow for APIs with third-party integration as well. So we're welcoming third-party providers to join our platform, and whether it's a recording studio or a venue, etc., we're very open to collaborations to really grow an open source ecosystem that has the artist and in mind number one. So the music token sale is one of the cornerstones of the Soundeon system. Namely, I'll go through this process fairly quickly. Is that the artist undergoes a KYC procedure, and they generate a creative smart contract, which essentially splits up the levels of how much each band member, for instance, gets paid and what kind of rights they cover. This is all. The goals of the campaign are outlined in the music token sale roadmap, which sets milestones that then, when reached, the audience that purchases the tickets through the exchange can vote to approve to release. So instead of giving all the money up front to the artist, it's based on tranches, step by step. And with the natural progression of the Soundeon music token sales, the Soundeon exchange, which is an intellectual property marketplace for existing rights. In terms of the flow, it's very similar to the royalty token sale. It just lacks the roadmap because you already have an existing asset that you're tokenizing. This can be tokenized this can be extended to beyond music as well. And this is our co-founding team. We come from a wide range of backgrounds, including the arts, consulting, technology, media, and banking. And we're all united by the same ideas to eradicate the market frictions that artists face in today's world, because our music today is as if we live in 1954. So it's time for a change in the digital blockchain age.
And a brief remark of what we have achieved and where we are heading. We secured seed financing from Singaporean venture fund in December. So we're currently developing the alpha version of the product that will be released by the end of March. So our crowd sale is scheduled to take place in June. And depending on the result of the crowd sale, the beta version of the platform will be launched by the end of August. So thank you very much for your attention. We're around to answer your questions.
And we're happy to announce as well that the white paper has been released today. So you're welcome to visit our website to learn more about it as well.
All right. Thanks. Sorry, they ran out of time to do Q&A, but I'm sure you'll find them here.